Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Health and Fitness Podcast. I'm your host once again, Paul Corelli. Once again, changing things up again for this episode. With the pandemic, the fourth wave looming and numbers rising, gym capacities are once again being cut down in half, and the need for fitness space in your home now becomes even more important. And everyone can recount stories about how they were shopping around for fitness gear and equipment, and prices skyrocketing and availability very low. Some people had to adapt and become very creative in how they continue their workouts. I'm very blessed and grateful to have my own space. This is my working garage. This is a garage that a car is usually in here, but I'm lucky to have collected enough pieces along the way in order to be able to continue my workouts without any interruptions. And I just wanted to show you some of the pieces that I've kind of collected over the years. On this table here, I have all of my, I would call maybe agility and athletic items: hurdles, rings, cones. I have some agility ladders. I have my ab wheel underneath here. Below in this cabinet here, I have some mats to use on the ground. On the ground, I already have some heavy-duty gym mats that I acquired over the years. Over to the side here, I have my collection of kettlebells. I have one 32 kilo bell, two 28s, a 24 kilo, two 45 kilo bells, a 16 kilo, 10 kilo, and some very smaller ones. Also, an interesting item, I'll bring them over, is I have these two dumbbells. I don't work with dumbbells that often, but what I purchased about a year and a half ago were these fat grips. And basically, I have these fat grips on this dumbbell, and actually two of them, and they're very useful for loaded carry, especially having both of them. It really taxes that grip, and one of the best ways to get in shape, easiest ways, is to work on grip strength and core strength. That idea of being able to brace and get that tension developed, let's say for a deadlift, and also having good enough grip strength to keep your hands on the bar or being able to hang onto the bar to perform a pull-up. Also in the corner, I have my sort of dumbbell, my plates. They're bumper plates from Extreme, sorry for the camera change, Extreme Monkey from the Treadmill Factory here in Mississauga. I have my sturdy Olympic barbell, and I have a training barbell that's here that my daughters are able to use at any given time. In terms of weight, I have a handful of 45-pound bumper plates, 25s, a set of 25s, set of 35s, set of 15s. And for what I do, that's pretty much adequate for me. Also in the corner here, I have a sledgehammer. I have my 15-pound mace. I got this from Great Lakes Gear, fantastic product. I use this for some shoulder mobility activities. I use it to do my 10 and 2s, my 360s. I also use it as a loaded carry, walk around the neighborhood with it. The neighbors love it. I have some pieces of dowel PVC piping here, just for some mobility work to use on top of that. Now, just going to get back to the kettlebell. The very first kettlebell that I purchased is this one right here. This is the 32 kilo. And the reason why I purchased it is that the gym that I started my kettlebell training at was essentially had these types of bells. That is a competition style bell. And the gym that I was at, when you look at the collection of bells, a competition bell is the same size, but the mass inside changes. So the amount of steel, the amount of alloy that's used, and that's a 32 kilo bell. I use this mainly for loaded carries, maybe some one-arm work, but mainly with the carries. Then right after I purchased that bell, I purchased two 45-pound or my 20 kilo bell. And the cast iron bell, immediately finding out, is a little bit more functional than the competition style bell. The handles are a little bit wider. I can fit 2 hands pretty easily on this cast iron style bell. Now, it's been dinged and scratched and so on, just adds a little bit of character to it. You can notice in the competition style bell, the handle's a little bit more narrow, a little bit tougher to get in to do, let's say, a goblet squat. It's not as natural as having this kind of side horn, the bent horn design. So keep that in mind. The competition bells are a lot more expensive, and you can find some good cast iron bells. The cast iron bells also tend to hold chalk really, really well within them. Now behind us, I have 2 other pieces. I have my jumping box here. This is also from Extreme Monkey. 36, 24, and 20 inches. You can kind of, or 30 inches. You can flip it around to adjust the height. It's soft, so I'm not worried about scraping my shins. There's actually a heavy ball that's in there, and it keeps it nice and stable. Then I have my squat racks. They're on wheels. I got 2 of them. The big debate that some people have is, oh, do I need to get a rack? Do I need to have, a dedicated 4-post station or a half rack? It all depends. If you have the space, if you have the money to spend on that, those pieces of equipment are expensive, but they're also permanent, meaning that, let's say if you put it in a basement or in a garage, you may not have the functionality for the rest of the garage in terms of its usage. I don't use that often, but when I do, there's wheels on an edge of them, and I can just kind of wheel these around and move them to wherever I need, and they tuck away pretty easily. And once again, that's Extreme Monkey from Treadmill Factory. And it's a good value. They're pretty sturdy. Some people think, okay, well, it's not very sturdy. How is it going to hold up? They can hold quite a bit of weight. I've had a great luck with them. The last piece, I'll kind of turn my camera so you can see this, is my chin-up bar. And that's also from Extreme Monkey. That's a bent kind of model where you have different setup for grip. There's my heater, especially nowadays. It's about -10 outside with wind chill, and so for these early morning workouts that I do, it's really needed. So it's at a good enough height. I kind of step up on a stool to get up there, or I can jump and grab, but there's enough variability in a chin up, a pull up, or even a neutral grip to go ahead and do that. So if you are if you have the space, if you are looking to start collecting pieces, keep it simple. Have patience. The process now is a little bit harder. At one point I thought, I'm just going to work with kettlebells and have a good collection of kettlebells, and they stay out of the way. You can store those pretty well, but as soon as I got more into barbell training, getting a good bar saves you. A good bar maybe anywhere between $200 to $300. I chose to go with the bumper plates, the chrome bumper plates. You can maybe find the old cast iron, metal ones, steel ones somewhere. That's where the costs start to get up, because the costs these days are rising quite a bit. But once again, having your own space, being able to have the flexibility to work out when you like in the space within your home, travel time is negligible. It makes a big difference. And it's not a large space in the summertime. I have a training partner that comes for the summer training season, and there's enough room for 2-3 people here. When my kids use this space, there's enough room. But you got to be creative when you have 2 grown-ups and there's another Olympic barbell and we're trying to press overhead or do snatches overhead. We kind of have to be aware of where we are. And so it's not a perfect situation. It's my situation, and I'm grateful to have it. And thank you for watching, and I hope this message finds you well. And being the holiday season, happy holidays to all of you. And thank you for the views. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at coachcorielli@gmail.com, and I look forward to answering those, and I look forward to our next video. Take care.